Paw'dCats Sports.
Hey, yo, Cats fans. Welcome back to Paw'dCats Sports, the fiercest voice in the Lavender Nation and in the Flint Hills. Tonight,
Allegedly.
Friday night, 12/5/2025. We've got a lot to unpack from a roller coaster stretch of games that's tested the Wildcats early in this season. We're going to rewind the tape. We lit up Mississippi State with a statement win in the Hall of Fame Classic. PJ Haggerty's 37-point explosion. It was a case statement.
That was a kick.
But the celebration was short-lived. Nebraska edged us out in the championship game, handing us a heartbreaking 1-point loss. From there, things got rough. Traveled to Assembly Hall in Bloomington. Never looked competitive against Indiana, falling 69-86. And then came the gut punch at home. Bowling Green walked into Bramlage and stunned us 82-66 in what many are calling the worst loss of the Tang era.
That was well said, outlet Wildcat. So here we are, sitting at 5-3 overall, searching for answers and momentum. And the schedule doesn't wait. Mañana, we're recording this on Friday. We are facing the Pirates.
Arr.
Can I get that? Yeah, you already knew. Seton Hall coming to town. All the architecture majors. Get up off your butts and get out the studio, because the real Seton Hall needs to represent in the Octagon of Doom. After this game, we got Mississippi Valley State. That's a quick turnaround Monday, and a chance to reset before diving deep into December and inching closer, of course, to conference. In this episode, Al, we're going to break down 6. Can you believe it? 6 segments.
6.
Yeah, we're going to try to do some 40 minutes or less. The highs of the Hall of Fame Classic, the lows up there in Bloomington. Very difficult place to play. The Bowling Green collapse, coaching decisions, and personnel debates. I got a few personnel debates. We'll talk about those in a bit. Previews of Seton Hall, of course, MVSU on Monday. Seton Hall tomorrow. And finally, what the Cats must do in non-con play to keep March Madness dreams alive. That non-con resume, muy importante. We don't go over 500 in Big 12 play. Stick around to the end. We'll even give you betting odds. Will we do that? Can we get some? Yeah. And some predictions, of course, for these Pirates coming to town. They're probably already in town, or are they flying in tomorrow? They've got to be in town.
They've got to be in town.
They're
already.
in Manhattan tonight. They might fly out right after.
So
now let's get into it, man.
Get into this.
Let's get ready, Cat fans. Are you ready?
All right. Real quick on an intro recap of the last 4 games. We beat Mississippi State 98-77 behind PJ Haggerty's 37 points.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a great game.
That was lots of fun.
Move on to lose to Nebraska 85-86 on a final second shot in the Hall of Fame Classic. That was the final in Kansas City. Frustrating.
Very, very big.
Was a stinger. Non-competitive loss at Indiana. The only time we were close was in the first half.
Shell shock. I want to go see a game there before I die. That place looks pretty legit. Very tough place to play. Very tough.
I'm glad we didn't go out there this time.
Assembly Hall. I thought about it. Maybe next time.
Crucial home loss versus Bowling Green.
Ouch.
66-82.
Disgusting.
So our current record is 5-3 overall. Our upcoming matchups, like we said, Seton Hall tomorrow on ESPNU. And we got Mississippi Valley State December 8th on Monday, ESPN Plus.
8 p.m., man. It's tough. People got to work, man. Got to get up early the next day. Hey, we'll
December
we'll
8th.
power through it. No self limitations or whatever.
All right, so let's go to segment 1, the Hall of Fame Classic,
Let's
Mississippi
roll,
State, Nebraska. We're going to take about 8 minutes here.
purple. Let's roll.
So, what do we got, Benji?
Mississippi State highlights before we get into the bad news of the 3-game losing streak. Our boy, our leading scorer, over 25 points a game at this point, dropped 37. He was scoring at will against those Bulldogs from down in Starkville. 8 assists, 7 boards. That was fun to watch, and I think Nate had a good game. Several other Cats were stepping up big back at Mississippi State.
Yeah, it was a big game. A chore for Mississippi State. Had 24 minutes. Remember the guy that left the Kansas State team last year?
Yes.
He only had 5 points. He was 1 for 5 for field goals and 1 for 3 from 3-point range.
Yes,
so
sir.
that was good to see us shut him down. But their dude, Josh Hubbard, the guy that everybody was worried about, 32 minutes, 23 points, had a good game, but couldn't outshine PJ in this one.
Yeah, Nate went 14, 4-4 on the Cats side. Bashir had 12 points on 4-10 shooting that game. All threes, of course. Nate 14 points and then 7 off the bench from AK-47. So that was fun to watch. 98 points.
We had
almost a bench.
73 shots.
Yeah, that's
we went 51%.
13 more shots than the Bulldogs, who looked pretty lifeless.
Yeah, 14 for 30 from 3-point range, 47%. At the free throw line, we got there 11 times, but the good stat here is we went 91%.
Mm-hmm.
Beat them in the paint, rebounding, and I think the big thing, right, was turnovers. Mississippi State had 14. We actually played a really clean game in this game.
Yes.
We only had the 8 turnovers, so we held on to the ball.
When you're in single digits on the turnovers, you're usually winning.
So this was probably our best all-around game, I would have to say.
Yeah, no doubt. And, we were on cloud 9 after that game back on November 20th. It feels like 400 years ago before Thanksgiving break, that Thursday night, heading into it. Man, you want to go talk about the Nebraska game now? You want to go to Kansas City?
Yeah, so...
Deeper into Kansas City, excuse me, the next night?
Yeah, so Nebraska, good team. Good team. I think in the net rankings they are top 30. Okay. So
all right.
They actually are a good team. We were both 5-0 going into that game, the championship game, on our home court, essentially. Like, it's basically a home game, and we lose on a nail biter.
What stung me the most in this game, because we were talking about how it stung earlier, I'm old enough to remember Fred Hoiberg, the dad, playing in the 90s for the Huskers. And every time I had to hear that name, his son, I think, Sam Hoiberg, dropped 13 on us in 31 minutes. And that just stung a little bit. He went 6 of 6 from the field, put up 13 big points.
Yeah, and they had Braden Frager off the bench with 16 points, 7 for 10.
70%, and 2 for 5 from 3.
And then, of course, their guy, Mast, had 20 points, 6 for 11.
Right, Mast and Sanford. He's not from Paul.
And we didn't play a bad game here. Abdi Bashir went off 26 points, 7 for 15 from 3-point land. He was just launching 15 threes. 15 threes.
Hey, he did make 5 free throws. He got to the line.
And PJ Haggerty matches season average at the time with 27.
Right. He was 1 for 5 from distance. Got to the line 5 times, 80%. Turnovers?
Turnovers weren't terrible,
13 to 12. All the stats indicating a close game.
It's not what lost us the game, but still, you want to see that around 10 or less. You're really taking care of the ball, probably like under 8. But, these Tang teams normally aren't taking care of the ball the past 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect that until later on in the season.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a 1-point loss. Coach Tang, after the 1-point Tulsa win, talked about defensive stop, championship basketball. Unfortunately, not quite championship basketball on this night. But those 1-pointers, as a coach, the 1-point losses, those will send you to your grave early, man. Those are tough. I've been through a few of those myself.
Yeah, and you don't lose the game on free throw free throw percentage at all. We went 19 for 22, so that's not why
Right.
we lost. We lose probably because our
On the flip,
bench.
go ahead.
I'd say our bench probably hasn't been playing as well these past 3 games, like you've been saying.
The bench mob. Yeah.
Yep, the bench
Yeah,
mob.
and on the inverse, man, Nebraska went 12 of 20. You're really from the line. You're really just looking to see if there's a disparity in the number of attempts there. You're going to point to that category. But we know what this team's deficiencies are after these last 3 games. Let's look at that third loss now before we jump into segment 2.
The third loss against Indiana.
Yes, sir. I guess
That actually will be segment 2.
that is segment 2. You want to jump into that?
Yeah,
Talk
lost
about
at
that third
Indiana.
loss.
Final score 69-86. They
Yeah.
shot 54%. They dominated the paint scoring. We struggled obviously with turnovers on the road and rebounding.
Yeah.
So
Big time.
why do you think we've been looking non-competitive from the start of these games? About the first 10 minutes of each of these games, other than Mississippi State.
That's a good question. It's something to be monitored to see. That's always a game that coaches try to play to figure out what's going on with your pregame routines, things you might be able to modify, switch up, bring a little more energy heading into those first 5 to 10 minutes of the game, so that you're not building those deficits early. We've been able to dig ourselves out of a hole of those a couple times, but recently, of course, we did dig out of this hole. Not in the Indiana game. We were down big in which game was it? Then we had to come back and we had a lead in the second half.
UNC Greensboro. We were actually losing to them at half.
Which game was that? Yeah, not the first game.
Tulsa.
Not the first
Tulsa.
game. Yeah. And it was Tulsa.
And hey, when the net rankings first came out, Tulsa was ranked 27, I believe. So they're in the top 40 right now in the net rankings, which it turns out that that's actually going to be a really good win for us if they keep performing well throughout the season. And it really, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but the loss at Indiana, I don't think it's going to hurt us that much. It's a quad 1 loss, right? So not a lot of stock put in that. We kind of figured we were going to go into that game and have trouble, but it was a really good measuring stick, right, to see how competitive we could be. And we were down, 27 to 4, I think. We only had 4 points in the first 8 minutes or so.
Ugh.
And we came back and made it 27-29, but after that, we just couldn't keep up. Do you think there was any fatigue from the Hall of Fame Classic?
That's possible. This team was priding itself early on in those first 2 games on just being in good shape. We know what the problem is. Going back to that, it's on the defensive end, and it's not being able to stop people off the dribble. Poor rotation, not great on the glass on the defensive end, obviously, and just there's too many opportunities and too many points being scored on that end. You can't give teams 3-4 shots because they only have to shoot 33 or 25% to score. We have to get first miss, or at a minimum second miss every possession. That should be the focus. So team rebounding, obviously stopping, easier said than done to stop some of those perimeter guards off the dribble, but you got to have good help side rotating defense. We got some issues on that side of the ball, no doubt.
And also the turnovers, right? We forced 17 on them, but we also had 19 turnovers, and it was just a sloppy game. And they could knock down their 3-pointers, and we had Abdi Bashir with only 3 points. So he only shot 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, that's
compared to the 15 against Nebraska.
Right. Yes, and that is a symptom, I think, of the overall scheme. Just wanting to play fast and up tempo. It's going to get sloppy from time to time, especially with these guys playing together for the first time. This team was thrown together, and they have 8 games playing together, so it's just going to take some time, slow, gradual improvement. But we're running out of time before Big 12 play. We've got 5 more warm-ups starting tomorrow.
Yeah, and Indiana's pace, they played pretty quickly. Their defense was great. They played really well defensively, I thought, in that game. And one problem on the defensive side for us that I've seen is we're over pursuing on some of the passes up top on the key.
Right.
Over pursuing, missing it by just a hair, and then the guy
Trying to jump
runs.
passing lanes and then getting beat 5-on-4.
Yeah, and then the guy runs about 4 or 5 feet past him, and he
Right.
can't recover quick enough.
Our closeouts need some work too on those shooters on the perimeter. A lot of times we're running out at shooters, and we're not getting in a good position to contest shots or defend the dribble penetration. Lots to be desired fundamentally on the defensive end, individually and team defense.
So really, when you look at these stats, they really show what should have been a much closer game, but playing on the road, not getting in any kind of rhythm from 3-point land throughout the game just really hurt us in that one.
Yeah, when we can't outscore teams, we're having trouble winning because we're giving up 80 plus every game since the warm ups. UNC Greensboro and Bellarmine.
And now we're not shooting the ball well. So
Mississippi State put up 77, but 80 plus in all the others.
our pace has been just sloppy.
Our scoring's gone down in the 60s. That's not going to get it done for this team. And I noticed when I was looking at the team stats, the drop off from 5 to 6 on scoring is pretty drastic. That's a steep downward trajectory from our 5th score to our 6th score. And we'll talk about the lineup and the rotations here in a minute, about ways how that might be amended and fixed.
All right, so let's go to this unfortunate Bowling Green home loss.
Ooh, yeah.
Final score 66-82. So they beat us by the same amount of points, essentially.
What was the adjustment in the starting lineup?
David Castillo gets put into the starting lineup in this game, which good for him.
Yeah, right. That is good. But if you're going to put him in, shouldn't Bashir come out?
Yeah, they're kind of small.
I get it. It's matchups, but it's Bowling Green. Don't you expect to win? I mean, we're 13.5 point favorite. If we're going to lose, at least we're going to lose trying to get better in the long term.
What do you think? And you put Elias Rapiak in for Abdi?
I don't know. I don't think it's Rapiak. I think it's Buka. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I think it's Buka. To have just a guy at the rim who can protect it and pull down some boards and get some blocked shots when we get beat on the perimeter.
Yeah, and for anybody that wants to talk trash on Buka, man, that like you don't understand the pure like dominance a guy like that can have and presence that you can have on the court, being 7'2", right, and just a rim protector and getting those rebounds and being able to tip the ball out. That's big, man. Their stats go unnoticed because they don't score a lot of points, but I think he's been playing well.
And then it takes pressure off Nate Johnson to have to pull down all the rebounds because some of those perimeter guards, especially Bashir and to a lesser extent Haggerty, aren't going to be able to clean up the glass too well for you.
Definitely not. David Castillo did have 22 points, so that was our bright spot. He had 22. David Castillo's been playing really well this year. PJ Haggerty's worst game, somehow only 9 points, 3 for 14 field goals. Bowling Green shot 60%. So this is one of those kind of weird outlier games where Bowling Green was just on fire, and that may be our defense, maybe lack of motivation in this game because we lost 2 straight. Tang was not happy with the team.
No, he rightfully so kind of ripped him after the game. And, I felt like he was talking to me, to be honest with you, because I fell asleep during the game. Just full transparency. It was a couple days after that real boring W on the football field against Colorado. And I actually fell asleep during that game too. So my excitement levels, like most Cat fans, were pretty low last weekend, but that's changed. But man, what a tough night. Monday night. I feel like maybe we should. Why are we scheduling this on Monday night? Maybe we should have done it later in the week when there would have been more energy amongst the crowd, possibly. I'm not sure. We got these Monday night games that are a little puzzling to me.
I don't know, man. 39% field goal percentage, worst shooting performance of the year, 26% from 3-point land. Of course, we were jacking up threes at the end of the game, trying to come back a little bit.
Desperation mode, 6 of 23. Ugh.
Like, this is polar opposite of, those games like the Mississippi State game. We're 55% free throw percentage. We get out rebounded. Like, we just purely, like, the Indiana stats, when you look at them, they're actually kind of close. These stats, you look at them, and we just got demolished.
Hey, we only turned the ball over 6 times. 8-6. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Bowling Green went 7 deep in this game, by the way. Played 7 players.
Which, good for them. They only needed the 7.
Yeah, their starters all played over 30 minutes. Well, Troy Glover 23, but
I mean, I was setting up the Christmas tree and I just kept hearing roughing for 3, roughing for
yes,
3,
yeah.
roughing for 3, and I'm like, Jesus,
I do
dude.
remember hearing that in and out of stage 1 and 2 sleep. Yeah, roughing. I'd wake up, be pissed, fall back to sleep, heart rate go down. Then I'd hear roughing again, wake up.
Um, what was really concerning here too is PJ Haggerty shooting 4 for 9 from free throw, man.
Yeah,
I was
he had that tough end to one of the Tulsa game. I think he missed 3 of his last 4 free throws in crunch time, so that's a troubling, disturbing emerging trend.
and it's saying he had 9 points. Co-pilot's wrong. He had 17.
Yeah, he had 17 points in 32 minutes, 6 of 19 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 4 of 9.
But we're gonna go back to the bench mob,
Right.
right?
You have to be able to step up on those nights when PJ, your leader, is having that rare off night.
We don't see any Andre Kostic, no Doreen Buka.
Strange.
So
And,
strange.
Castillo started, and he put up 22 points, but 3 of 9 from behind 3-point line. And, I like Castillo better off the bench. If you're going to, and I don't think Castillo should be starting at the same time as Bashir.
Yeah, so I think he kind of earned his starting spot here. So you're probably
So bring Bashir off the bench.
you're probably gonna have to bring Bashir off the bench, which is fine.
Hey, you just need scoring, and you need the rotation to normalize between those guards.
But just looking at this, man, we're not shooting the ball well. We're not getting into rhythm like we talked the layups, dunks, and rhythm threes. It's just been sloppy, and they seem a little unmotivated. They're not getting the good starts, and I think that's building now. Not getting that good start and not being able to get energized throughout the game. The crowd was pretty non-existent throughout this game.
I was flat.
And I mean, it's Monday, Bowling Green. We kind of expect to win, but man, just bad. Do you think this is the worst loss of the Tang era?
No, I don't think so. There were some bad ones last year. No. I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not time to hit the panic button. We'll see how Bowling Green does down the road. They're 6-2. They might be a fringe tournament team. They might win their conference tournament. Is that Maction? Is that what that is, Bowling Green?
Yeah, they're 6-2.
Right. They do only go 7 deep on the road on Monday nights and win games in the Big 12. They lost to Davidson and William and Mary. Davidson, 91.
Understandable.
Steph Curry played there, but that was 100 years ago.
William
and Mary, they lost 82-74, unless that was in a tournament.
Not a good look.
No, definitely not. But they did beat Bucknell, team that's been in the tournament quite a bit. VMI, not very good. They crushed. That's terrible. They did put up 120 points against BCWV. You know who BCWV is?
Virginia Commonwealth.
That's the Bethany, West Virginia Bison. 120-65. Anyway, we're going way down a rabbit hole here. We're rooting for Bowling Green for the rest of the season until we play him again.
No, don't want to see him again.
We're going to beat him on a neutral.
All right, segment 4, coaching decisions, pace, and personnel.
Okay.
So first discussion points, Tang's reliance on Haggerty-heavy offense.
I don't know if that's Tang relying on Haggerty-heavy offense or just he's our top scorer. We have other scorers, but I think, like I said, the coaching decision-wise, I would not start Bashir and Castillo at the same time. I understand that sometimes there's smaller teams with lots of shooters and you can't have 2 bigs on the floor, but I think we can find a way to play McGriff and Buka/Rapique at the same time.
Yeah, McGriff, Buka,
have some scoring off the bench.
Rapique, Haggerty, and then Castillo or Nate Johnson is probably where you want to go. But that can change up depending on who you're playing. But you really got to scout the teams to understand who their bigs are and who their.
Got to watch film.
Yeah, you just got to know who's quicker, who's slower. Just watch the film.
Yeah, between Bashir and Castillo, you kind of want to see one or the other starting, and then maybe AK being that other guard in that rotation. But we got to get that front court figured out. There's 3 guys there. We gotta normalize that part of the rotation as well. And
Really weird
this
that
I thought put a kink into it. Sorry.
Really weird he didn't play.
Yeah, Buka. Yeah,
Bowling Green,
that was
Buka,
very
and
strange to me.
Kostic.
Right. So, that was weird.
So Bashir has a perimeter weapon, but he is a defensive liability. So we saw this at the end of that Nebraska game where we need him in the game to hit maybe some kind of clutch three, but he is being taken out when we're shooting free throws for CJ Jones, which I like CJ Jones. I think CJ Jones is a good bench guy, but Abdi Bashir can hit the three. CJ Jones can play defense. I wish we could just kind of mold
CJ did 8 or 9
players together.
Him and AK, but we need to show a sense of urgency on the glass. I see when shots are going up, I see players turning and staring at the basketball like it's their ex-girlfriend. They're thinking about texting them. Go get the possession, man. You got to check off. You got to get in between your man and the basket. You got to go get the ball. Go to the ball. Go attack the basketball. Don't just, look up and be like, oh, I hope it lands right here in my hands. That we have to improve on the defensive glass. We have to improve on closing out on shooters. We need someone at the rim to lock it down, the paint.
Yeah, and that's something we normally do improve on throughout the season, but historically with Tang, we have had bad rebounding teams.
Yeah, and why is that?
Rebound. I don't know, because I remember that game when we made our run against Kentucky, and we were tough. They played really tough rebounding. And every other game, basically, I've seen from Tang, we're just not tough on the boards.
Keontae had that dog in him, man. He was one of those inside-outside guys who could just bust a three or just take it down to the rim and defend on the defensive glass as a kind of a stretch four guy. So we might be missing that.
He was a great player.
It's got to be Nate. Guy. It's got to be Nate.
It does have to be Nate. Nate has to be that guy. We saw him do it earlier in the season. I forget against who, but he hit 7-8 threes.
Yeah, I'm talking about hitting the glass too. It's got to be Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Getting those possessions, man, securing those first misses.
And he's the guy that has everything, right? He's got the size.
Right.
He's got the power. He has the integrity.
Sound like he's your best friend, man. You know him that well. He's got some integrity, you think? He's a baller, man. I don't know him off the court though. He's a baller.
All around, I think he needs a step up for this team and kind of maybe be a vocal leader. I think that may be what we're missing. We don't have much of a vocal leader out there. PJ Haggerty is kind of
not going to be Haggerty.
Like the Avery, more poised and chill and buttery smooth. Like I keep saying, I don't think David Castillo is there yet. I think he may be kind of pushing to be there because he's been on this team last year. He's coming back. But Nate Johnson, man, I think he's got to be that guy.
In the front court, McGriff's got to find his place, and I'd like to see some more. Buka.
These questions, I don't think Tang should shorten the rotation.
Just got to normalize it. Got to find the guard rotation, the three bigs. Got to figure that out.
I think we are better suited for up-tempo play. I mean, that calls for a lot of turnovers, but we have seen this team when we're playing with pace and we're playing fast and, we're getting into rhythm. We're hitting our threes. We're getting in the paint. It makes it easier for PJ Haggerty to drive the lane.
I would like to see us take some time to maybe switch the tempo from time to time and be able to recognize that when maybe it's better to pull out and run a little bit of offense and force the other team to defend for a bit. You can change tempos, but I get it. We want philosophically, schematically, we want to be mostly up tempo.
Yeah, and I agree with that because you want to see more design plays getting Abdi Bashir open to hit some threes because if this dude gets hot, then there's not going to be.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over
because State is over
because they're going to cover him and it's going to leave other people open for us to get in the lane. So that's what I want to see. We saw that with Ish.
Yeah, Big 12 Ish. Yeah, I love Big 12 Ish.
So I want to see that with Abdi. And speaking of Abdi, did you see him before the Bowling Green game?
I did not.
It
was Monday night. I was in and out of snoozing.
He was sitting on the scores table before the game, and the camera went over to him, and he was sitting like this.
Oh, yes.
just like looking at his hands for like a
Oh,
solid
man.
minute.
He was throwing one up.
And he's just like this,
Yeah. He's
meditating, dude.
Mindfulness
He's like,
meditation. He's throwing
these
up
are my
there.
hands. Let them hit threes.
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
Probably. All right, segment 5, upcoming matchups: Seton Hall and Mississippi Valley State. So Seton Hall
Yeah, that's tomorrow. The Pirates.
tomorrow.
Arrgh.
Looks like they are 7-1.
Oh, they are.
Pretty dang good.
Who'd they lose to?
USC,
The Trojans.
the Trojans.
Pirates and Trojans.
They did beat ranked NC State by 11.
Yes.
Washington State they beat, and then everybody else kind of.
Yeah. What tournament was that? That was Thanksgiving tourney.
That was Maui, I believe.
Maui, nice place. They beat St. Peter. That's not very nice. Isn't he the guy who let you into heaven?
Who?
St. Peter.
There's-
Oh, beat him by 27 points, man. That's 27 years in purgatory, probably.
Yeah,
They're coming off a dub against Central Connecticut on Wednesday night. They won by 16.
Yeah.
Tournament that you talked about in Maui.
Yeah, this is a good team. They beat everybody by looks like 12 points or more that they've played, other than USC. 11 points or more, other than USC. So they got AJ Staten McCray, 13.9 points per game and 3.9 rebounds per game. Adam Clark, 9.5 points per game. The team is averaging 75 points per game, 75.9. They allow 61.4 points per game. So
Yeah.
that stat may be a little deceiving because they've played St. Peter's, Wagner, Fairfield, Monmouth, New Haven, and Central Connecticut.
Yeah, it looks like they go about 9 deep. They have more of a normal downward trajectory to their scoring, so it's hard to pinpoint one guy or two guys to key on. So very balanced. They're averaging 75.9 on 46.4% shooting. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are we got to score probably in the 80s to beat these guys
Gotta
at
do that.
home.
Got to commit to both ends of the floor.
Man, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. Looks like they're probably gonna put we gotta hold them to in the 70s. I'd imagine in order to beat these guys.
Yeah,
think,
low 70s probably, and we can't have off nights like we did the last two.
Yeah, we have to shoot the ball well.
But we're at home.
They're not.
It's Saturday afternoon, Catterday.
Yeah, and they're not averaging a lot of points per game. We should be hyped tomorrow, right? We should have Colin Klein in the building, so that should increase the numbers there.
That's a factor. That's definitely a positive factor. No doubt.
Factor. But I don't know. It looks like Simpkins, the simp god Simpkins.
Is he a simper?
He's shooting 52% from 3-point land.
Mm-hmm.
He's their second leading scorer. But it doesn't look like their forwards are very good. So this may be one of those games where you want to go short.
We got to play with all 5 guards. PJ Haggerty, Castillo. Just throw an AK there in the starting lineup.
I don't know. Look, you could honestly probably play CJ a lot in this game because I think he does play good defense and he can get on the boards and then shut him down in the paint with Buka. This is another one of those games where hopefully Kostic plays, but I guess we'll see tomorrow if they're even going to play. Maybe something happened. Who knows?
Yeah, they got 2 bigs, Stephon Payne, who gets the most minutes for any forward. That's going to be interesting to see how we match up against him when he's on the floor tomorrow. And Najai Hines leads the team in blocks at 2.3 per game. He's averaging 18.2 minutes. Those guys play about the same amount of time. Will be interesting to see on the front court how we match up with those dudes.
Yeah.
Can McGriff guard one of their guards? That's the question. Then we can have 2 decently big guys on the floor at the same time. I don't know. I'd like to see Book out there against Najai and AJ Stanton. Not McCray. Payne.
Yeah, we'll see. Really, all we have to do is shoot the ball well. If we shoot the ball well, we win.
We score 98. We're going to win. Turn the ball over 8 times. We will win.
Yeah, shoot the ball well, we'll win. We
don't hit the panic button.
Yeah, start off decent, please. Score some points. Start off well. And PJ Haggerty hasn't been starting games off well either. So we really need him to take control of these games from the get-go to get other people open like David Castillo, because then they're going to have to be worried about both of them, which will lead to those, open shots from Abdi Bashir, and then they're going to be over pursuing and stretch them out and then get the ball to Kamari.
But you're right. You make a good point a couple times. Let's look at the under 16 timeout, under 12 timeout in that first half and see where we're at. Hopefully we have a marginal lead at that point, and then we can build on that moving forward. We just don't want to be down 8, 10, 12 like we have been the last couple games. Heading into those under 12, under 8 timeouts in the first half.
All right. Mississippi Valley State, they're 1-7. We play them on Monday.
We're going to Monday night?
Yeah, the only guy we have to worry about is Michael James.
Michael James Jordan? What I did there, that's 3 people. Michael James Jordan, all in one. James Jordan, Michael Jordan, James LeBron.
He scores 21 points per game, 20.9. Other than that, they have Daniel Mayfield, 14.1 points per game, but these guys are 1-7. They allow 91.3 points per game, so no defense. So that plays right into
are these guys worse than Bellarmine or
what? Who knows? But the game tomorrow is critical. Let's get into segment 6 with the net rankings. So Kansas State is currently number 76 against quadrant 1. We're 0-1. I think when the net rankings came out, we were about 57.
Yeah.
So that Bowling Green loss took us down a lot. Now Bowling Green is up to about 68, I believe, 69. So against quad 1, we're 0-1. Quad 2, we're 2-1, and quad 3, 1-0. Quad 4, 2-0. That loss against Indiana, not going to hurt us as much. It would have been nice to get a win, but we didn't expect that. That Nebraska loss, probably going to hurt us.
Yeah,
and then, of course,
1-7.
Losing to Bowling Green, that puts us down.
I just realized why we're playing on Monday night. I just remembered. Because it's finals week. And we got tests the rest of the week before the next game on the following Saturday. The following Catterday. Does Jerome Tang care about academics?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. He seems like he would, or at least would say it from the purple couch.
So let's look at these next few games, right? When it comes to the bigger picture in March Madness, moving into conference play.
Got to be 10-3, at least 9-4 at minimum.
Yeah, you have to win 4 of these next 5. You have to win 1 of 2 against Seton Hall or Creighton. Creighton actually is not good. They are not a good basketball team, but we are playing
not this year.
Creighton.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like 140 something, I think, in the net rankings.
We got them at home. These are not your dad's Blue Jays.
But we do have Creighton on the road.
Oh, that's up in Omaha?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So this game tomorrow is very pivotal for us. If we get a win, it would be a big win for our resume because Seton Hall is playing really well. And then we go on to play, some lackluster teams in Creighton, South Dakota, UL Monroe. But we have to take care of business. And if we beat Bowling Green, right, and then win those other games, it would have been that much better because you can live with the Nebraska and Indiana.
And you're right, that game at Creighton's on December 13th at 2 o'clock. That's on Fox. The Big East has a contract with Fox. I love watching Big East basketball, by the way. I remember the old Big East, the 80s and 90s. Good times. That you're right, though. That Creighton team is not as good as they have been. That's critical. And if we can get this dub tomorrow, we should be able to wrap up non-conference play. We don't fall to the Jackrabbits or, God forbid, Louisiana Monroe, because I'm going to be at that game. Then we can go into Big 12 play at
versus BYU.
Yeah, that BYU game at home, if we're 10-3, that'll be a good one. They're a top 10 team, and then we got to go right back out to the desert, play a top 5 Arizona team.
Number 2.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, we have to win these games going into conference play because we don't have an easy 2 games to start conference. And Oklahoma State's been playing really well.
Play 18 conference games, correct?
Let me look up the odds and let's get the outro here for our betting prediction.
Got to go 9-9 in conference. It's 18 games, right? Before we get to this degenerate betting stuff. Yeah, you go 9-9 in conference.
We have to at least go 9-9.
Yeah, if you're 9-4 non-con, you're 9-9 in conference. You're in.
All right, Kansas State tomorrow.
Yeah, what do we got? Seton Hall's favored.
We play at 3, right?
Correct. 3 o'clock Central Standard Daylight Time.
I'm going to check the lines now because
Check those lines. Chickadee, check.
This
Check.
says
Mike, 1, 2.
that
Check.
Seton Hall is favored by 2.5.
Yeah, that's what AI is telling me too. The old co-pilot, 2.5.
The old bro pilot.
The bro pilot, nice.
I can even find the game here.
It's going to be tied at the end of the game, and Bashir's going to hit a 3 to win it. We're all going to cover. Everybody cover.
I'm not seeing the game on DraftKings.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that line come down to 1.5 for the game because more money is going to be on the Cats. I don't know how many Seton Hall followers are out there to move that line. Over under, Bro Pilot says 147.5. That means both teams are scoring 100 million points. 74 points each.
So the over under, it's going over.
Over. You think Seton Hall's going to score that much?
Yeah.
I think if we win, it could be like 81-60.
Nah.
That would put me on the under.
My prediction, K-State 82, Seton Hall 73.
I'm going to go 81-66.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm taking the under just by a few. Cats on the money line. As always, I don't need points.
So expect a close game. I think if Haggerty can get over his
2 games
points per game, 2 games slump, then we got a good shot. We really need him to be playing well.
Hopefully
and we'll keep an eye on that
practice.
What?
Hopefully we got after it this week at practice because you know how those.
Sure we did.
And we had 4 days in the gym after that ass whooping we took, and the coach Tang was not happy. So hopefully he followed through with some of that tough love.
Yeah, I'm sure they were running.
Got to wake them up. You don't need to be running all the time like stairs and suicides. You need to be getting more reps in with more intentionality, more seriousness, and be on point and attention to detail on those 4 days.
Yeah.
From the time you step into the gym until the time you leave. That's what it's going to take. We don't need to be running stairs and doing suicides. That's stupid.
Stairs. Suicides.
Good.
Now.
Go hang out with Brent Venables or something.
Or maybe just make them run like 4 miles.
There's nothing wrong with that stuff. We're just not going to use that as a punishment. There's more constructive ways to get your message across while also taking relevant.
Yeah, so we're going to keep a lookout on the under 16, under 12. We're going to keep a lookout on the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to keep a lookout on PJ, Abdi, and all of our guys, all of our scorers, man. And we need the bench mob to step up. We need Andre Kostic, man, to step up too.
And it doesn't need to be everybody. It just really needs to be one guy. If your starters are doing a halfway decent job, you just need one guy every game to step up and have a decent game. And then we need contributions in the other stat categories from the 6th and 7th and 8th guys, the assists, the blocks, the rebounds, so on.
All right. So everybody pack the Bram tomorrow.
OOD.
Big game.
Big game.
Win this game.
Mm-hmm.
After this game, lackluster schedule until January 3rd.
At Creighton. And then 3 home games that should be W's. But yeah, very exciting times. Colin Klein's the head coach. He'll be there tomorrow. And if it's a close game at halftime, he'll give us the juice we need to get over the top.
The juice!
Give me the juice!
All right, we are the fiercest voice in the Flint Hills.
That's a fact.
Fiercest voice for Lavender Nation.
Questionable.
I am Ale Wildcat.
True story. I'm Benny the Wildcat. I'm a clipboard quarterback.
And we are out of here.
See ya.
Check you later.
Bring on the cat.